2 for 2 at the stripe.
And you look back at last season, he shot 87% from the foul line.
Guys, I thought he got into a groove last year at the charity stripe, and I thought he maintained it deep into the season as well.
Catching up on the changes for Portland. Kaman comes in for Robin Lopez, and Steve Blake is subbed in for Nicholas Batum. And a different look here for the Pistons. Anthony Tolliver. He's checked in for Andre Drummond. Butler comes in for Kyle Singler. Jody Meeks, he's checked in for Caldwell Pope. And John Lucas is subbed in for Augustine.
One of the problems for the Pistons last year was they seemed to collapse late in games. I mean, just found a lot of opportunities that went awry and due to poor performances in the fourth quarter.
Now here's Matthews. He has 7. That's good.
He's been one of their more reliable options today, guys. I mean, his shooting has led them to this lead.
Now here's Lucas. He's covered closely. Screen by Monroe. Here's Meeks. Dishes to Monroe. Comes up empty down low.
You talk about the Pistons letting games go late. They were one of the worst teams in the fourth quarter in both defense and scoring.
The shot by Butler, nobody around. And Greg Monroe with the slam.
I tell you what, it never gets old watching him work, does it, fellas?
No, Clark, you know, that's a good way to put it. He will work. Great example of that on the offensive glass right there.
Yeah, just blue-collar stuff. And then he put a little flair in the dunk.
Thinking again about Detroit, Clark, it would have been fatigue or just careless basketball that did him in late, but they really did just run out of steam, it seemed like, every game.
Well, it shows that you can play well for 3 quarters, even great at times for 3 quarters, 36, 38, 40 minutes, but you and I always talk about it's a 48-minute game, and you've got to run through the finish line, not to it.
Blake misses.
That's flat out embarrassing.
And it's going to be out of bounds. The Trailblazers will take it. Martin's checked in for Detroit. Portland leading by 3. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Here's Meeks. He is guarded by McCollum. And the whistle blows, and it's going to be an over-the-back call here.
Well, I love the fact that he's fighting hard on the boards, but, you know, you got to be smart, too. Over the back, that's an easy call. There.
Well, that's simply the result of poor position under the glass. But at least you can't fault him for being passive. He was trying to be aggressive there.
Meeks passes to Monroe. Kaman with the block. Here's McCollum. He nailed the buzzer beater.
Right between the eyes is how you would say it, Kevin. Fearless. What a tremendous play with the pressure at its absolute height.
Phenomenal.
I'll tell you what, some players just live for the big moments, guys. Clearly, he is one of them.
And how about a look now at our assist of the game? Brought to you by State Farm.
This was a showstopper, wasn't it? Just a difficult pass to make, and he makes it flawlessly. Just set up that alley-oop.
Lillard at the point with C.J. McCollum playing the 2. Chris came in out there with Myers Leonard. And it's Matthews in at the small forward. That's the group in the game for the Trailblazers. And it's out of bounds to the Pistons as Detroit retains possession.
9 seconds on the shot clock. Pistons substitution. Kyle Singler.
Detroit with the ball. 9-point game. Nice shot by Singler.
Perfect screen there. Set him up with a nice look.
Poor job by the defender to not fight over or around that screen.
Augustine with the steal. Looking to end his cold spell, and he sinks the layup.
Such a huge play, guys. I mean, that's a 4-point swing possibly. Tremendous steal and conversion right there.
Yeah, and the game is literally hanging in the balance. So a play like that can become an igniter, a possible game changer.
There's the bucket. Good. And that's now 7 points now in the game for Kyle Singler.
Well, you talk about clutch plays. defensively and offensively, we saw both right there.
Well, neither team can afford mistakes. You have to manage the clock and play smart here in the waning moments.
Augustine with it. Lillard picks him up. And Augustine kicks to Singler. Nice ball movement by Detroit. Clock at 6. There's the dish to Caldwell Pope. To tie it up. Portland grabs the miss. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. Lillard attacking. It's Drummond with the rebound. Drummond's got double-digit rebounds now in the game. Augustine dishes to Tolliver. The feed to Augustine. Here's Singler. Can't tie it up as that one's no good. Trailblazers leading by 3. Here's Lillard. Good. Lillard's got 20 points.
Defender a little hesitant off the resistance as he bursts to the hoop.
Now a timeout called by Detroit.
Chris Kaman playing a career low in minutes last season in L.A. Just the latest big man to be frustrated by small ball preference. But give Kaman credit. He didn't rock the boat, and he played well when he was on the floor.
Catching up on the changes for Portland. Lopez, he's checked in for Kaman. Aldridge comes in for Myers Leonard. And it's Batum in for C.J. McCollum. And I think Doris Burke has something for us right now. Doris?
In the break, guys, I listened in on Stan Van Gundy's huddle. He told the guys that for now, he wants to see them back off the three-point shot, saying all our offense doesn't need to come from perimeter jump shots. Let's get the ball inside for some high-percentage looks.
It's been a real difficult game for him offensively, and it's costly. If you battle for the offensive rebound and come up with it, you're guaranteed a high-quality shot on a follow just like he got there.
Augustine with the steal. Now Detroit moving it up. Here's Singler. And it's sent back by Lopez. Tolliver for 3. And good. Coming in on the assist by DJ Augustine. Augustine's got assist number 8 here in this one already. And Kaman scoring and rebounding. Excellent numbers for a reserve big man.
Yeah, really one of his better seasons on a per-minute basis, Kevin. We'll see if that carries over to this season, but the way he does it leads me to believe that he can maintain that pace.
They now take the lead. Augustine's got the lead up to 3 now for the Pistons.
He can be dangerous from outside. Sure, he didn't get one to go in the first. But we know he can get on the roll and knock him down. He's certainly not been at his best this quarter. And that's an understatement.
Boy, that was way behind the line. Now, he can make that at times.
He certainly is one of the guys that can actually do it from there.
Kicks it out to Lillard. Shot to stop the run. Rebound. Detroit. Drummond's got 13 rebounds in the game. Seeding.
Now, bad timing. His team trailing, and this has not been a quarter that he'd like to remember.
Got that one up good. Matthews has got 9 points now in just the second half. The Hail Mary from beyond half court is off target.
Been a poor shooting performance for him today, but luckily for them, a lot of his teammates have come through.
Here's Lillard, and it's Lillard again missing.
He's been anything but his usual self this quarter. It's actually been ugly to see.
Augustine, no luck. Portland's gone 0-3 so far in the 4th quarter from long range. Out of bounds, Detroit takes possession.
Huge turnover there. And at a bad time, too. Have to value every possession.
And the Pistons making a change here. Monroe's checked in. And there's a minute 45 left to play here in the 4th. Kicks it to Augustine. This one for 3. LaMarcus Aldridge grabs the miss.
He has not shot the ball well here, and I think it's time for him to start looking for his teammates a little bit.
And the basket by Lillard. Time running low, guys, and somebody has got one.
You know, quite honestly, Kevin and Steve, I mean, this game, as close as it's been, you really hate to see it come to an end.
I agree.
Well, then let's root for overtime. Why not?
And let's get this update now from Doris Burke, who's across the way on the sideline.
Hi, Kevin. I was able to hear the advice Terry Stotts gave to his team during that last break. He told his guys that their offense needed to run through Lillard. Their offense is most effective, Coach said, when he is most involved. And they're looking for total involvement from him for the rest of this game. So, Coach, waiting until the final stages to pull a few tricks out of his sleeve. Kevin, let's see if he's made a wise decision.
Thanks a lot, Doris.
Well, I'll tell you what, they're turning this game into a drag race, sprinting out for an easy, fast break basket.
Going on a nice run here, and defensively, you got to force them to operate in the half court. This won't get it done.
Tried to answer back, but that three is off the mark. And out of bounds as the Trailblazers gain possession. The Trailblazers shooting 48% from the field. Not bad at all. Again, the miss by Lillard.
Kevin, he's missing shot after shot after shot from long range. The time running low, he'd be better off trying something else.
Here's Batum. Portland, no good that time either.
Looks like he's just trying to shoot his way out of this cold spell, but I don't know about that shot attempt.
Man, I don't know what happened right there. He just basically walked out of bounds. Pretty looking shot. I mean, when you can hit it from that deep, wow.
Well, that's deep range right there, and that comes from years and years of practice, Clark.
Now here's Augustine. Guys are not going to be in any rush on this possession.
Not with the lead. I mean, now's the time to use the clock to your advantage. Take your time. Milk the clock a little bit.
The Trailblazers shooting in this fourth quarter pretty dire at 27%. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks.
What a basket, and at the perfect time.
How about the courage and backbone of this guy? Wow.
He's looking for Monroe and finds him. Yes! And he has brought them to within 2 points.
He hushed him up with that shot.
Well, a huge bucket there to stifle the crowd. You're right.
It's like they're stunned. I mean, they don't know what to think.
Lillard attacking. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2.
Yeah, he got whacked. Shouldn't be much debate on that one.
Yeah, that was as straightforward as it gets, guys.
And the first of 2, no good. Heartbreaker.
2 shots.
That's off as well. So he misses both.
Boy, you hate to use the word choke, but to come away empty right there is just brutal. This game would have been over.
And there's the intentional foul. No choice but to stop the clock here.
Yeah, you can't let them pound the ball and just milk those precious seconds away.
No other option here but to foul and hope for a few misses at the line.
He doesn't hit the first, and that was the one they really wanted. He's got one more, though, and he can't get the second one to drop either. Coming up empty that time. And out of bounds as the Trailblazers gain possession. They foul intentionally. That's what they have to do at this point. He doesn't hit the first, and that was the one they really wanted. He's got one more, though. And no good on the second free throw. So he goes over for 2 there. Out of bounds. Portland takes possession. A 3 off the inbound. Yep, it's good. And so it's Portland winning this one. They came, they saw, they conquered.
Hey, Kevin, to me, any win is a good win.
And that'll do it for Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, and Doris Burke. This is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for